Good evening, Bahamas. I'm Vonique Toot, and this is NB12 for Monday, April 23rd, 2012, broadcasting from the Cable 12 studios on Robinson Road. In news tonight, days after his controversial visit to Bainstown and Grantstown, the Prime Minister visits two other inner-city communities. We'll tell you how residents reacted. The Police Complaints and Corruption Unit investigates a senior officer. Defense Force officers forced to fill in for some prison officers, plus the NCTU threatens to take legal action against City Market. We have those stories and much more coming out tonight. Your NB12 starts right now. Before heading to North Andros for an F&M rally, Prime Minister Hubert Ingraham walked the streets of Centreville and Englerston this afternoon. Mr. Ingraham says he is determined to sway voters in those constituencies considered to be PLP strongholds. Last week, the Prime Minister visited the Bainstown and Grantstown constituency. Today, he courted voters in the seat opposition leader Perry Christie has represented for 7 consecutive terms. Paige Ferguson has the story.
Several weeks ago, Prime Minister Hubert Ingraham made it clear that he intends on going through every inner city community to touch the people there. And he said he also intends on winning every constituency, even those that are considered PLP strongholds. Well, today he lived up to his word by driving through the Englerston and Centreville communities. And he said it doesn't matter that they are traditionally PLP seats. This is the second tour that the Prime Minister has made through the inner city. Last week, he conducted a walkabout in the Bains and Grantstown constituency, which is represented by the PLP's Dr. Bernard Nottage. Today, the Prime Minister passed through the PLP stronghold, Centreville, even passing PLP leader Perry Christie's constituency office, where a number of his workers were seen standing outside to catch a glimpse of the motorcade. Ingraham told reporters at the Englerston Park that he believes that the F&M will win the Bains and Grantstown seat and that the party is gaining ground in the Englerston community.
Because I think that I connect with ordinary folks in the Bahamas, and I think you'll see it in the results of the election.
Mr. Ingraham, I don't know, I've been listening to commentary on the radio as you've been driving around, and some people the PLPs are upset that you didn't actually walk about in these communities.
But I'm here regularly. I drive here with great regularity all over the hill. I'm not like Mr. Christie and those. I am comfortable here. They could see me here. They find me here. That's where I come from.
As mentioned, the F&M leader didn't actually at any time today walk about any area. He made 2 stagnant stops, however, first on Royal Palm Avenue, where he was met by dozens of F&M supporters, and again in the heart of what is considered Gold Town at the Masons Addition Park. There, PLP and F&M supporters threw jeers at each other. Ingraham said he hasn't seen much progress made in the inner city communities under the representation of the PLP.
We are the best people to go with, that we have their interests at heart, and that they want to see over the hill developed, grow, jobs, cleaned up, good schools, good opportunities for young people. Come to the F&M.
And in response to the Prime Minister's move to tour PLP stronghold seats, Christie has said that he also intends to travel to F&M strongholds, including the Prime Minister's constituency in North Abaco. Ingraham said he's not the least concerned.
I welcome him to Cooperstown. Okay. He's been there with me before. I welcome him.
And when you see the energy of the people around you.
I'd even give him a meal at my house in Cooperstown. I literally said the other night that I have a house in the Family Island. He knows I have a house in my hometown. I don't have any house in Atlanta like he does.
The Prime Minister made this tour just minutes before hopping a flight to Mastic Point, Andros, where the F&M is holding a mass rally there. Reporting for NB12, I'm Paige Ferguson.
There were lots of PLP and F&M supporters as the Prime Minister moved through Centreville and Englerston. He received some mixed reviews.
I am a proud PLP. I am only here to see what these folks got to say to me. You know, my heart is with Perry. I love you.
Does the Prime Minister coming out here influence you to maybe change your
Not at all, not at all.
Coming up, you
For
have to
how much
say,
years I've been
Walkabout.
suffering? You're coming now?
Merry Christmas
I've been
all
here a
the
long
way.
time. PLP.
I'm off from Bain and Grantstown, and honey, we are just loving every moment of this. You understand? This is what we need. Real representation from the FNM.
A senior officer of the Royal Bahamas Police Force is currently being investigated by the Force Complaints and Corruption Unit. Our news team understands that a complaint was made against the male officer by a female member of the force. Deputy Commissioner of Police Quinn McCartney says reports that he was accused of raping a female police officer are false. He called that allegation baseless.
For the record, as the officer in charge of discipline for the Royal Bahamas Police Force, I wish to unequivocally state that the Commissioner of Police nor I have any information regarding a complaint by a female police officer alleging that she was raped by a senior police officer. The information as reported is totally incorrect and without basis. I repeat, we deny that there is any complaint of rape made by a female police officer against a senior police officer or any other police officer for that matter.
However, the deputy commissioner would not reveal what that senior officer is being investigated for.
I wish to say that the Complaints and Corruption Unit is investigating allegations that were recently brought to attention that involve a senior police officer. In an effort not to prejudice the ongoing inquiries, it is the position of the police force that no further comments will be made publicly beyond this point. I wish to take this opportunity to once again assure the members of the public that all allegations of misconduct by any member of the police force, notwithstanding their officer's rank, will be thoroughly investigated in compliance with the Police Force Act 2009 and the Police Force Disciplinary Regulations. The public is also reminded of the Commissioner's policy to treat all members of the police force with care, respect, and trust.
McCartney told reporters there are quite a number of cases currently before the Police Disciplinary Tribunal and the Complaints and Corruption Unit. However, he says that as far as he is aware, none of those complaints were filed by a female officer. Here's what could happen if the unit determines that the senior officer under investigation did act inappropriately.
In conclusion of the investigations, if we believe is sufficient evidence to put that officer before the criminal courts, the officer will be placed before the criminal courts. If there is sufficient information to place the officer before the Police Disciplinary Tribunal, which is our internal mechanism for dealing with complaints, it'll go before the Disciplinary Tribunal. So again, it depends on what the investigations are. As the officer in charge of discipline, I will review the file, and certainly if it's a matter that needs to go to the criminal court, I will so advise the Commissioner or ask the Commissioner for his concurrence to put the officer before the criminal courts.